Hello, everyone. My name is Emily Baudier, and I am a sales engineer at Facility Grid. I previously worked for a large engineering firm where I did commissioning for various projects in healthcare, aviation, as well as other industries. And I use Facility Grid on these projects to facilitate the commissioning process. So just to go over a quick agenda for today's session, I'm going to talk a bit about Facility Grid and go over some current challenges and how we help. And then we'll hop into the platform and I'll show you Facility Grid. And then at the end of the session, we will have a quick Q&A and next steps discussion. So today I will be showcasing just a few of the many features, again, that Facility Grid offers. And Facility Grid is a purpose-built solution to support the quality control and commissioning process. And we've been around a long time and have over 90,000 active participants in the software currently. And it's supported on the web as well as through a mobile app for offline use on Apple devices, Android, as well as Windows. And there are many challenges that occur during projects. And today I just want to highlight a few of those pains and how Facility Grid really helps to solve them. So this includes cumbersome project setup and having resource-intensive project setup, as well as there not being a record of readiness per each asset that you are managing. And then no central issue tracking, which can lead to major delays in project resolution. So today I'm just going to give you a glimpse into how the product resolves these challenges. And these are the ways that we help our clients by digitizing the process, ensuring that teams can work efficiently when in the field. With Facility Grid, I can look into a checklist and understand what's going on before I get to site. So there are no surprises or equipment that isn't ready. And communication is improved with Facility Grid and allows project teams to work together and collaborate. And the visibility that it offers enables problems to become discoverable before they turn into major issues and slow down project completion and turnover. So the real power of working with Facility Grid is there is one central source of truth, which improves planning, reduces risk, and makes for a smoother project and a better working experience. So it eliminates confusion and improves coordination across your project. So with that summary, I'll go ahead and jump into the product to highlight just a few of the features that Facility Grid offers. Awesome. So I'm currently in a blank project within Facility Grid, and it's called Rockwell Hospital. And I'm going to show you just how easy it is to set up a project within Facility Grid. So you can upload your equipment by using a bulk upload through Excel. So in the Equipment tab, I can access this Excel import button, and it'll bring up a pop-up window that will explain the rules of Excel import for your equipment into Facility Grid. So I will attach my Excel file within my file folder. And let me give you a glimpse into what an Excel sheet will look like for your equipment upload. So you'll have your unit number as well as your description, location, any dates that are associated with that unit, such as installation, and then any additional parameters that you would like to upload to your equipment record. So now that I have my Excel sheet attached, I'm going to click Next. And then it'll bring up this pop-up window, which allows me to map my columns in my Excel worksheet to the fields that are related in Facility Grid. So again, stuff like your unit number and your additional parameters. And I did want to note here that Facility Grid allows you to add an unlimited number of parameters for your pieces of equipment. So then I'll go ahead and click Next when I'm ready. And then I can either ignore or insert a new location associated with my equipment. Click Done, and we'll give it just a moment to load. So then it's completed, and boom, we've got all of our equipment inside of our asset record within Facility Grid. So it makes it super easy for you to do a bulk upload and enter in all of your equipment. And now I want to talk about how Facility Grid allows you to easily set up your checklist and your functional test. So the software manages your equipment at the type and/or the system level. So for setting up your checklist and functional tests, it makes it super easy to do this at the equipment type level. So for this example, I'll go into this air handling unit custom type. And as you can see, my 4 air handling units are attached to this equipment type. So down at the bottom, I can add in my checklist or my functional tests, and I can click this plus button, and it'll bring me to the pop-up window where I can customize a new form or pull from my company library. So Facility Grid offers a company library where you can store templates for your functional tests and your checklist that you can use across your portfolio of your projects. So for this example, I want to bring in a air handling unit pre-functional checklist. So I'll search that up in my company library and select the option that I was looking for and click apply. And then it'll bring me to my checklist. So I have all my information that I can update or edit as needed from my template. I can add any additional parameters that I want to track in this checklist, as well as any images. And then down at the bottom, we have the bulk of our checklist, which is our headers, subheaders, and our questions. So again, I can make any customizations as needed. And then as you can see, Facility Grid allows you to assign individual questions within a checklist to participants in your project. So I can select who I want to fill out that question, and they'll have the ability to just fill that one that they are assigned to. So this allows for collaboration on your checklist and allows for only one checklist for each of your participants to fill out. So yeah, super easy to set up your checklist. And when I was working in commissioning, sometimes projects would bring commissioning on late during construction, and clients would want to start immediately. And I was able to get checklists ready to be filled out quickly and efficiently by using Facility Grid's upload process. So I'll go ahead and save and exit, and that will populate again across all 4 of my air handling units. So just one upload for your checklist, and you have, your 4 separate unit checklists. And the same process goes for your functional tests. So as demonstrated, Facility Grid makes it super easy to upload your equipment data as well as your test scripts, and is very flexible. So if you do need to edit your checklist throughout the span of your project, you can go in and edit at the type level as well, and that will apply all of your edits to your individual checklists. So this can reduce your project setup time from days to just a few hours. And now I will pivot to talk about the second topic for today, which is how Facility Grid offers a record of readiness for each of your assets. And before we get into the record of readiness, I did want to highlight how Facility Grid brings all of your project data together and transforms it into clear, actionable dashboards, as you can see. So these dashboards give you a high-level view of project progress and let you drill down into your specifics. So whether it's tracking issues, managing checklists, or monitoring your functional test progress, Facility Grid provides the visibility you need to stay informed and aligned. And they're perfect for quick status updates that you may need for your meetings or etc. Now I will jump into our asset record of readiness, and I will look at our air handling unit again. And today I want to look at air handling unit 4 to see the status of that piece of equipment. So once I open up this record, I can see my unit number, as well as I know that this was installed August of last year, and commissioning is planned for the end of the month. And I'm even able to export a QR code that I can place at that piece of equipment. So if this QR code is scanned on your mobile device, it'll bring you to your asset record. And I notice as well that this asset is on in the first floor mechanical room, and it's servicing our hospital first floor area. And then if I click this drop down, I can see that the chilled water system as well as the heating hot water system are feeding air handling unit 4. And air handling unit 4 serves VAVs 1 through 7. And then I can access an image of that unit in the field. And then I can also access our equipment type information as well. So let's look at our parameters. For this unit, I can see, information such as the serial number, our airflow set points at the instance level. And then I can also see type level parameters such as our manufacturer. And then I could break it down into components like the supply fan wall and look at what type of supply fan wall we have so that I'm aware before I go into the field or during testing. And then down at the bottom, if I click into the subtask tab, I can see what's been done and what hasn't been done for this piece of equipment. So equipment startup has been completed, but it looks like the pre-functional checklist is still in progress, right? And then I can click over to my issues to see if we have any issues on this unit that are holding up the process. So in this case, we have 1 closed and 1 pending approval, and I can monitor that going forward. Then if we click into checklist, right off the bat, I noticed that this checklist is in progress. It's about 95% completed, and there is no sign off currently. So then I know that air handling unit 4 is not ready for functional testing, but is getting close, and I can prepare for my team to go on site. So if I used to open up an asset record and again scroll to the bottom to see if that asset is ready for testing or if we may need some more time before sending the team out to site to test it. And same thing here, I noticed that the functional test has not been started and 0% of the test has been completed. And then if there were any open issues for this test, they would be here. Now, if we go into our documents, I know that the documents required for to be submitted for this piece of equipment have been uploaded and they are all reviewed. And I can even access who they were linked by and the date and time as well. And then lastly, we have our observations that were made during site visits that I can access on this asset record. So when it comes to time to confirm, how ready your asset is for acceptance and turnover, Facility Grid gives you that complete verified record and everything you might need in one place to move forward with confidence for your piece of equipment. So yeah, now that we have discussed Facility Grid's asset record of readiness, let's go ahead and move into our third and final topic for today, which is the issues log in Facility Grid. So issues are top of mind for all stakeholders, and Facility Grid offers a centralized solution. So you're able to track your issues in real time, and this eliminates delays caused by issues that may get lost in email chains or spreadsheets. So you can ensure that your critical items never hold up acceptance or turnover. And then because the issue log is updates in real time, on projects in the past, I could upload issues directly from the field during test days. And then as soon as that issue was logged, the assigned contractor could respond and resolve it immediately. So this really streamlined communication and reduced the time needed for issue closeout. And if I wanted to filter by my issues that I created or are assigned to me, I could select this filter button here. But today I want to show you how easy it is to use Facility Grid to get ready for a meeting, such as with your electrical contractor. So I can do a custom filter where I will filter out my issues by high priority and then open status. And then here I can take a look at only my issues that my electrical contractor is responsible for. So that will summarize the issues that are outstanding and high priority that I need to bring up in my meeting with the electrical contractor. And I'm even able to PDF a short report or a detailed report of these issues, as well as an Excel document that includes the issues. So yeah, just a great way to summarize, your issues to prepare for your meetings. And today I'm curious about issue number 184. So I'm going to click into that issue and let's take a look at it. So I can see that exhaust fan 2 is not powered and does not run when it's commanded on from the BMS. So this is a high priority issue because it seems to be impacting our functional testing for exhaust fan 2 and holding up our process. So I can see that I reported this and it was reported yesterday. I can provide a type and root cause as well as a recommended action. So please provide power to this unit. And then I can see that this issue resolution is due next week and was assigned to our electrical contractor on this project. And then while we're here, I did want to touch on issue notifications. So Facility Grid keeps your team informed with customizable notifications via email. So whenever issues are created, uploaded, and resolved, Facility Grid will either notify you immediately, daily, or weekly, depending on your preference. So this ensures that everyone on the project will stay aligned and progress never stalls. And then I can even access images of this fan in the field as well as screenshots from the graphics. And I see at the bottom that Warren Butcher responded to this issue this morning and said that he's troubleshooting this exhaust fan and it should have power by tomorrow. So now I understand that the electrical contractor is working on this item and hopefully we'll have it up and ready so that we can move forward with our process. So yeah. Ultimately, real-time issue tracking keeps projects moving forward, and this can eliminate potential bottlenecks and ensure a faster, smoother path to completion, right? So that's all I wanted to cover in the software today. So now I'm going to jump back into my presentation. And then otherwise, if this session piqued your interest, please reach out and request a demo. We'd love to chat with you further.